before you move to every country, it is very advisable for you to read more about the country, get to know what's happening in that country, and before you actually put your footsteps into the country. In today's video, I will be talking about some of the major things you can actually find in Scotland if you're coming for the first time, so you can get prepared. So if it is something you want to know about before coming to Scotland, then I'll say stay with me till the end of this video. Now, Scotland is part of the UK, but it has a different way of living and so on. So if this is for you, I'll say subscribe and stay with me till the end of this video. Hey guys, it's your girl Celine, and thank you so much for being on my channel one more time. I want to say a very big welcome back to you. In today's video, we're talking about things you should know before you come to Scotland. Scotland is a very beautiful place. I love it here in Scotland. I've been here for some time, and trust me, the people here are very, very welcoming. But what should you know if you want to come to Scotland? The number one and the major thing I will talk about is the weather in Scotland. Now, in as much as Scotland is very nice and very entertaining and very sweet, the weather here is not a joke. It's not a joke at all. In Scotland, it's like it's almost every day it's cold. Yeah, so no matter the season they're in, you always have to try as much as you can to carry a jacket, because it can be cold now and the next minute it's very hot. So, and vice versa. That is one thing, because Scotland is very cold when it's cold. All right, because I remember when they were talking about how the heat will be coming to UK and how the heat was in London and let's say in England and some other places. We were here and it wasn't that hot. Even though it was sunny, it wasn't as hot as they were talking about in England. So in Scotland, it can be a bit cold. It can be cold. I love the weather anyway, but it can be cold for some people. So I will say that if you're coming to Scotland, do prepare yourself. You need to have some jackets with you almost every time. So, and it's mostly raining. That's the next one. So after getting your jacket every time, you need to also make sure that you have a small umbrella in your bag, because Scotland, like let me say, 3 days out of the week, it rains. So you should be prepared when you are coming to Scotland, because there will be a lot of rains, there will be a lot of cold, there will be a lot of wind and so on. So the weather in particular is one thing you need to pay attention to, so you don't get out there with anything at all and get frozen or you don't get burned because it's so hot. Yeah, so that's one thing you will pay attention to if you're coming to stay in Scotland. Be mindful of the weather. It changes every minute. It doesn't give attention to you. It doesn't give notice. It just happens. So 1 minute it's raining, the next minute it's so sunny and hot. The next minute it's a bit cold. Yes, so that's why you must always prepare if you're coming to Scotland. Think of the weather. If you're somebody who do not really like cold stuff or living in the cold, then I would say that Scotland wouldn't be a place for you, because it's not like that. Sometimes England and other side of the UK will be warmer, but here will be just cold. So you just have to learn how to carry jackets and umbrellas anytime that you're moving out, and it will do you more good. Yes, that's number one. Number two, even though like people in Scotland speak English, the way they speak is actually different from how people in England actually speaks. So if it's your first time coming here, it might be a little bit difficult for you to understand certain things that they say, even though they're speaking English and you also speak English. The Scottish people speak a bit different. If I can remember correctly, I think my first day coming here to Scotland, when I got to the airport, I met an old man who was working with the bags, okay? And I had lost one bag. So I wanted to ask him about where I can actually go to get support, or where I can actually go to complain about my missing bag actually. So when I asked this man, not knowing this, like this person started speaking and I was lost. I was like, I had to ask my husband, is he speaking English? Because I didn't understand a word. I was, ooh, okay. So that is one thing you have to know. No matter how fluent you say you are in English, if you come to Scotland, you go like, oh, really? What have I been speaking? It's just like that. When you're in Scotland, sometimes it's very hard for you to understand some of the things they actually state. You have to be here for some time before you can adjust to some of the things they say. Because over here in Scotland, if they want to say a little bit, they say a wee bit. All right. So imagine coming to the country as a new person and you meet this person and you're like, oh, I want a wee bit of water. It's terrible. I will not understand, or I wouldn't know what this person is looking for. So that is one thing. The language in Scotland, it's nice, but it's a bit complicated to understand. So from like that, it's not forever. Yeah, it's not forever. You can actually get to know it as you stay with them. Yeah. So that's one thing you might also want to take note of. So when you will come and you're dealing with people, you will actually know what they're talking about or what they want you to do. Because basically, if you don't understand somebody, some things become very difficult and you become frustrated. And I don't want you to do that. So guys, you need to put inside your minds that when you're coming to Scotland, you should be ready to hear the accent. And it's not easy to understand as a beginner or as a new person in the country. But it's fine. You will eventually get it. Okay? That's fine. Yeah. Let's move to the next one, which guys, the next thing we're talking about is how to do things in Scotland. I think for this one, it actually runs through like UK everywhere. Now, in Scotland, everything is just about online. Yes. Over here, like hardly will you see people going to the offices to make inquiries or to get other things or to do certain things. No, everything you want to do should be online. So if you're somebody who doesn't like to search, or if you're somebody who doesn't like to use your phone, like going online to get information, that you'll be doomed. Yeah, you will be doomed, because even if you're lost somewhere and you're asking for directions, the next thing the person will do is to take his or her phone and to actually help you with the location you're looking for. But if you know how to use your location stuff, then you can get your way around. So everything you do here in Scotland is basically online. If you want to register for anything, it's online. If you want information, everything, every single thing, getting your BRPs, getting certain needed documents, getting accommodation, and so on. Everything is done online. So you should be able to use the phone you're having very, very, very well before you come to Scotland or before you come to UK, because nobody's gonna know. If you don't use your phone, they wouldn't know, because everybody uses the phone to look for what they're looking for. So you should, the moment you come to Scotland or to UK, you should learn how to really use your phone in searching for things, if it is location, if it is buying things, if it is paying bills, whatever it is, you just have to get it done online. So you cannot leave without doing things online. You will never get what you're looking for. So that's one thing you should also know. So guys, that's the next that thing that you need to do. The next one we are moving to is how to use the Google Map. Guys, over here, if you're not somebody who knows the Google Map, guy, you will get nowhere. You will get nowhere, because if you're thinking of asking somebody, you're lost, because some of the names are the same, all right? And Sometimes you ask for directions and somebody might think it's the other one. So one thing you just have to do is to know how to use your Google Map. So before you come to the UK, you need to learn your Google Map, how to go like places, how to know your way around by using the Google Map. Even if you get to a driver whom you might, let me say in Africa, for instance, we assume all drivers knows everywhere because they drive around and that kind of a thing. So when you're lost, the first person you think of is going to the driver or relying on the driver to help you with the location. Yes, that's what I know. But over here, it's not like that, okay? These drivers might not even know what you're looking for. They might not have even heard about the place you're going to. So in this case, if you don't know how to use your Google Map to find where you're going, you'll be stranded. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is immediately you get here, the next thing you should actually do is to find your locate, like your address, and go straight to the GP to register yourself. Now, health is one thing we cannot, as I was saying, health is one thing you cannot do without. So just go straight to the GP and then give them your information and they will keep a place for you so you can actually get assistance from NHS or the hospital when you are sick. Yes, you wouldn't want to, because it's a new place, you might fall sick easily. Yeah, because people react to new places differently. That's why I recommend you go to your GP immediately you come to Scotland. Get a place for yourself. So in case of anything, you can actually be assisted. Moreover, if it is an emergency, 111 is always there to help you. So yeah, that is one thing. So guys, basically this is the major things I will talk about for today. If it was good for you, please let me know in the comment section down below, and if there is any other question, please drop it and I'll get back to you. There are more of it, there are more, but I don't want to make this video so long, so I'm just giving you the basic ones. So thank you so much for staying with me. It was so amazing being with you guys. Thank you and see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.